J-I-N-N-Y Reacts. Okay, so today I'm going to do the part 2 of my 3-part series of going to concerts in Korea and Japan. Today I'm going to talk about going to a K-pop concert in Japan. Now again, a quick disclaimer, I am no pro in this field. I have been to a few concerts in Japan, just K-pop concerts, so I am just purely sharing my experience. So please don't hold me to everything I say. Please always Google and ask other people because that's the best way to find out about facts. So I've actually made this video like 6 times trying to explain the ticketing process because the ticketing process in Japan is super annoying and complicated, and the best way I thought of to be able to explain this to you is using this kind of, oh it's a bit tilted, not so complicated but kind of complicated looking diagram. So we'll start right here. So there are 2 ways to purchase tickets. The first way to purchase a ticket is through the fan club as a Japan fan club member. Now to sign up for the member club you need a Japanese address and a Japanese phone number. Either you can borrow a friend's, which is what I did, or move to Japan. That is the only other way. There is a small fee and membership lasts 1 year. So when a K-pop group announces a concert in Japan, they will first post up tickets only for the fan club members to purchase. Now to purchase these tickets, it doesn't mean you get the ticket right away. It is actually a lottery system. So imagine your name gets dropped into this box full of other people's names, and at the end of the lottery period they'll pick out a bunch of people. I do not know how many, but they will pick out a bunch, and if your name gets picked it means you have a ticket. Brings me to the second part. Where is your seat? So just because you've got a ticket, it doesn't tell you right away where your seat is. You actually have to find out by the time you pick up your tickets. However, I know that fan club members do get the front bits of most sections. For example, when I got into the BTS fan meet in Japan on the fan club, I was in the second row on the second rise, which was actually really good because the cart came right by in front of me and I was close enough to pretty much touch the boys. But that is what fan club ticket will get you. The other method of purchasing tickets officially is through the general sale. Now I have never purchased the tickets through the general sale, so I have no idea, but from experience and from the ones that I've tried myself, I don't think it's a lottery system. You just get the ticket if you get the ticket, but again you don't really know your seats I don't think until you pick them up. But I will definitely check on that one because I have no idea about general sales as I've never bought a ticket during general sales. This brings me to the part of the ticket pickup. Now in Japan, to pick up your ticket, it is at a convenience store. Yes, most convenience stores will have a ticket machine to which you enter a code and you're able to get your ticket. Again, I've never done this process. My friend picked up a ticket for me at the last concert I was with, and all the other concerts I have gone through the SM Global package. Good segue because I won't be talking about the package. I will link the package down below so you guys can know about what the global package is like. But if you want to save some time and have a little extra cash on hand, I definitely recommend the global package. Those are the 2 official ways to get tickets. Again, if it's a bit vague, I'll pop your questions down below and I'll try my best to answer them. So now we get to secondhand tickets. Now in Japan it is really hard to get secondhand tickets unless you know Japanese or have a Japanese connection, because all of their stuff is in Japanese and you need a Japanese card or bank account or be in Japan to buy them. You can pay for tickets at convenience stores. Convenience stores in Japan are very convenient. The first website I have is called Japan Concert Tickets. They will help you buy tickets normally during the general sale. What they will do is they create an account under your name, and this is important because they will print your name on tickets. And unlike concerts in Korea, the checking at Japan concerts can be pretty like tough. They will ID check you to the ticket, and if you're a fan club they also need your fan club card or at least an email which says you are part of the fan club. Which is why buying secondhand is a bit risky, but if you don't go for the fan club tickets it's not as risky, but the seats won't be as good. Now the second people have tickets, they'll put their tickets up on sale on a website such as TicketCat. That is when the ticket is normally sold for the original retail price or just a little bit higher, as they don't know the seats yet. That means they can't sell it for a really high price because they just know they have a ticket and they can only tell you if it's a fan club or not a fan club. The other trick they have on TicketCat is it will tell you if it is a male or female name. So if you're a female, it is more beneficial for you if you buy a ticket with a female name, because at least that way they might not check you because they'll just assume, okay, you're a female who has a female ticket. Obviously it's a bit different if you aren't Asian looking and there's an Asian name printed, so I would watch out for that if you are buying a ticket off a resale site. So once they know their tickets seating, that's when the ticket prices will really jump. So either take your chances and buy them early on, or wait until they know their seat number and buy it just a little bit higher. Normally the highest I've seen is about double to triple the prices for a pretty good seat. Obviously it can go much higher as well. So again, another second resale site is places like Ticket Hub and Viagogo or Viagogo, whatever you want to call it, but obviously proceed with caution on those sites. Another way to buy resale tickets is there are other people outside the arena selling their tickets. They're normally about $250 to $300 a ticket. I'm not going to talk too much about this, but another second-hand option is Twitter. I talked about it in my Korean video, so you can watch that one if you want to know more about buying second-hand tickets off Twitter. I'm going to show you a few different concert tickets that I've had from previous concerts. This is the one that I got during my global package in Tokyo. So this has all the seating information there, but you can notice that there is no name on this ticket as because I got it with the company. This is the ticket I got for a fan meeting. I don't know if you can tell, but my name and member number is both on there, as well as the seating information. This one my friend picked up at Family Mart, which is one of the convenience stores. Lastly, this is a second-hand ticket I bought. You can see there is Fan Club up there, and this is their name, which is definitely not my name, but this is another type of ticket, and it was picked up at Lawson, which is again another convenience store in Japan. So with the goods, the things that tend to sell out first in Japan, I have noticed, is slogans and towels. They love their slogans and they love their towels. So those are the items that tend to sell out first. And if you're going to any BTS or EXO concerts, they love their maknae line, so those goods tend to sell out fast as well. The thing about Japan merch is that they do release limited edition merch just for Japan concerts because they do that. They like you to spend as much money as possible, and I hate that they do that, but they do that. But essentially you line up. Now lines do start lining up the day before. It is pretty insane, but you get one of these which it'll tell you all the items that are for sale, and there's normally a guy who walks around with a picket which tells you what items are sold out. Unlike Korean concerts, the Japan merch is sold before the concert and not afterwards. There is also a tent that normally sells the Japan CDs and DVDs and all that jazz, as well as a fan club tent which you can get fan club exclusive items. Fan goods are also really tightly monitored in Japan. You can definitely get a fine just for selling fan goods anywhere close to the venue, so they all stay far away from the venue. Again, if you follow the groups on Twitter, that is the best way for you to find out their locations. But normally if there is some sort of food court or shopping center close to the arena, that is where all the fan side fan goods would be sold. Most of them are pre-purchased, but they do have a few on-hand items which you can buy. There is no filming whatsoever in a Japan K-pop concert, like to the point where I took my phone out at EXO to check the time and the security guy came up and took down my seat number. Now they don't want anything filmed, mainly because they actually produce the concert as a DVD which they sell later. They want you to be essentially kind of like giving previews of products that they'll be selling later on. Again, I said that there was an ID check, so depending on the crowd and when you go in, it also maximizes and minimizes the chances of getting ID checked, because obviously when the doors just open, everybody's trying to go in, so they don't tend to ID check as thoroughly then. But if you're going in a bit later on where they're just like stragglers going in, that's when you're most likely to be picked up and ID checked. They allow normally like a small bag, although people have come in with bigger bags, but you just got to make sure that they can check everything inside, and again, no big cameras and all that, like standard stuff. The other thing about K-pop concerts in Japan, or just K-pop groups in Japan, is they often have really cool pop-up stuff, especially around Shibuya, so you can go and participate in them. Like for EXO, they had these EXO Iridium in Japan pop-up photo booths where you could take sticker photos with the boys, which I obviously took advantage of and took all these photos, and I also left my bag of makeup in there, which I'm a little bit salty about. Japanese fans. So the Japanese fans are super nice. They always tend to try and strike up a conversation with you, especially if they notice you're there alone. Even if their English isn't that great, I've had lots of broken English and broken Japanese conversations, but they really love kind of getting everybody together in the spirit. They're really sweet fans, and they find everything kawaii. Like, I think it is the first time I've heard so many people say kawaii when BTS was doing Cypher. I've never heard people like say cute when BTS is doing Cypher. Everybody's just like going hard, but not Japanese fans. They are like clapping and kawaiiing like there is no tomorrow. Obviously a lot of the songs are done in Japanese, so you just have to be aware of that, and the Japanese people aren't as loud and crazy as the Korean fans, but they are a whole other experience, and they're super nice and super orderly. You can definitely get in and out of that concert in a very orderly manner and in a really fast pace, because they want to make sure everybody gets to the train on time, because trains normally stop around 11 in Japan. So they do everything in a very orderly manner. Okay, that's it for this video. Hopefully it didn't end up being too long. I really want to make this as simple to understand as possible, because the Japan concerts are pretty complicated, and I've asked around a lot of people to kind of vaguely understand how it works. So if you have any questions, please shoot them down below. I will try my best to answer them with as much details as possible. But this ends the part 2 of the series. The third part, it will just be a comparison between the 2 different concerts. If you are ever tossing up between going to Japan or Korea for a K-pop concert, I hope the next video will be able to help you out in that aspect. But thank you for watching this one. Again, any questions, shoot them down. I will try to answer them. And yeah, I will see you guys at my next video. Bye!